Look at your keyboard. On the left, you have letters for spelling words. Across the top, you have numbers for doing math. We treat language and arithmetic as two completely separate domains, housed in entirely different parts of the brain. But if we travel back to the post-Bronze Age Greek world, that strict boundary disappears. By the 6th century BCE, the Greeks had adopted what we call the Milesian numeral system. This diagram shows how it worked. Instead of inventing separate symbols for counting, the Greeks simply assigned a numerical value to every letter of their alphabet. Alpha is 1, beta is 2, iota is 10, and so on. Because of this overlap, writing a sentence was also an act of addition. Every single word spoken or written in ancient Greek carried a hidden, verifiable mathematical sum. Pythagorean philosophy centered on a radical idea that numbers are the actual essence of all things, from the movement of the stars to the structure of the human soul. Mathematical properties were the foundational archetypes from which all reality emanated. This belief birthed a practice called Isopsephy, which translates to equal pebble or equal count. The rule was simple. If two different words add up to exactly the same amount, they are viewed as ontologically connected. Finding these matching totals suggested a layer of reality where disparate concepts were joined by a shared mathematical sum. These equalities acted as metaphorical bridges, linking the name of a god to the structure of a prayer. This mathematical worldview trickled down to the everyday Roman citizen. We can see it perfectly preserved here in the ancient, ash-covered streets of Pompeii. While excavating the town, archaeologists uncovered thousands of pieces of graffiti, and among them were romantic declarations turned into mathematical riddles. Look closely at this painted script. It's a message from a lover protecting an identity, translating to, "I love her whose number is 545. A casual graffito like this shows that the general public was expected to be able to mentally calculate the value of a name. It requires a remarkably high baseline of numerical literacy across the working class. As we move up the social ladder to the elite courts of the Hellenistic period, the calculations become much more complex. This carved stone represents the height of aristocratic skill. Master poets engineered elaborate verses where the letters in every single line added up to the exact same massive sum. These isopsephic poems were presented to emperors as mathematically flawless gifts. But that exact same arithmetical precision could also be weaponized. When public opinion turned against the Roman Emperor Nero, a highly calculated piece of political dissent began circulating. Take the Greek spelling of Nero and add up the letters. The total comes to exactly 1005. Now take the Greek phrase for killed his own mother. The sum is also exactly 1005. For the Roman public, this was a mathematical indictment. It was a truth claim that used the immutable laws of arithmetic to verify a crime. Beyond the political courts, isopsephy reached into the highest layer of the classical world, the spiritual realm. In the Greek magical papyri, we find sorcerers engineering bizarre palindromic magic words known as voces magicae. They intentionally designed these formulas so their letters would sum to highly specific values, like 3,663, to give their spells physical agency in the real world. This method of decoding the spiritual realm flowed directly into early Christian theology. We see it in the most famous historical application of isopsephy, the Book of Revelation. When the text warns of the number of the beast being 666, it explicitly invites the reader to calculate the hidden identity of a living man. Whether summoning a god or unmasking a demon, tallying these letters was believed to be a direct line of communication with cosmological forces. Isopsephy existed as an organic byproduct of the Greek language. It flourished because this civilization integrated literature, mathematics, and spirituality into a single unified lens. To the ancient mind, the simple act of speaking a name was simultaneously invoking a calculation. When the ancients calculated the numerical weight of their world, they believed those sums exposed the immutable laws governing the human word and physical cosmos.